folks, and welcome back to Concilium Watch. I'm Austin, and for this week's Army Builder Briefing, we are going to be making lists for the Rama Task Force. This sectorial army has a fantastic list of fire teams, a great mix of hard-hitting shooters, and amazing specialists. What they are lacking is cheap midfield specialists, but that matters not with the aforementioned fire teams and the specialists that can join them. If you like the look of Hawk Islam models and want to just be a wrecking ball, then this is the sectorial for you. And before we get to the list, we need to go over the 5 things you typically need in a sectorial army list. They are a core fire team for link team bonuses, midfield specialists to push buttons and complete objectives, hit pieces, units with high burst weapons for active turn shooting, defensive pieces, units with long-range weapons to be put, mainly to be put on ARO or to be midfield roadblocks, and order monkeys, because the more orders you have, the more you can do. Remember that these are just starter lists, and my playstyle may not match up with yours, and we encourage you to make your own list for your own playstyle and taste. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, we are in Army 7. We are going to go to Hawk Islam, and we are going to go to Rama Task Force. Now, if y'all have been with me for a little bit, I want to apologize in advance, yet again, if I butcher these names. Georgia Public Schools, leave me alone. I'm doing my best. Alright, first thing we need that core fire. Well, let's look over the fire team chart. That is the first thing. Alright, Fireteam charts for Rama Task Force. Unlimited Fireteam duos, maximum of 1 Fireteam Harris, and maximum 1 Fireteam Core. The Rama Task Force fire teams, they can core or Harris. You've got Gulams with a maximum of 5, Nafatoons, which count as Gulams, Zayadins, which count as Gulams. That is disgusting and gross and unfair and amazing all at the same time. Zayadins counting as Gulams is wonderful. We're gonna go over Zayadins. I can't gush enough about Zayadins in Rama Task Force right now. The Katawij have maximum 5, Namur, maximum 2, Beast Hunter FTO, and Fiddler FTO. And if you'll notice here, you have your minimum. You all got stars here, so mix and match to your heart's content. Then you have the Mukhtar fire teams. You got to have 1 Mukhtar, and they can only duo and Harris. Janissary fire teams can Harris and core. You have Janissaries, Hortlak Janissaries count as Janissaries. Faceeds, or the Alpha Seeds, they don't count as Janissaries, but they can get in here with the Harris or Core, and Wild Bill. I'm still really salty that Wild Bill can Harris with these cool options like Alpha Seed and Janissaries, where he can only really go with Grunts and USRF. I'm a little jealous, I'm not gonna lie. Wild Bill is amazing in this, having gone up against that a few times, and it's absolutely devastating. Alright, we have the Armored Assault Fire Teams, only can duo. You have the Fasid, maximum 2. Shakush, maximum 2. Magariba, the Magariba Guard. I love the Magariba Guards. Magariba Guards are, in my opinion, the best looking tag in all of Infinity. It's gorgeous. Love it. The Rafiq Remote FTO, and Zayadins. Again, with the Zayadins, it's not fair. And we've got pure wild cards here. Namur, pure wild card. Tariq the Mansuri, count as Katawij. Leela Sharif, counts as a Gulam. Yara Hadid, I'm pretty sure that's how you say that, is maximum 1. And Rouhani, counts as 1. The Big Bad Doctor. But those are the fire teams for the Rama Task Force. But let's go ahead and get to our list. And the first thing we're going to need is a lieutenant. And we're going to make, with most Hawk Islam lists, we start with the Gulams. Gulams are wonderful at what they do. They are cheap. They've got a ton of options. For this particular one, we're going to take the lieutenant option here, +1 command token for 15 points. And now we're going to go to our Zayadins, because Zayadins and Ghulams getting pure status is nuts. The Zayadin intervention troops are medium infantry with BS of 12. Now that's pretty standard. BS 12 is pretty standard, especially for like Haq Islam. It's on the lower spectrum of how Haq Islam is total. So if you have Ariadna is at the bottom of technology, right above them is Haq Islam. So BS 12 is fine. Whip 14, awesome Whip 14. Arm 2, BTS 3. They all have marksmanship, standard. They all have regeneration, standard. They all have veteran, standard. It's nuts. It's nutty, and I love it. We are going to be taking, for this particular one, we're going to be taking the heavy machine gun BS attack shock for 1.5 SWC and 33 points. And we're going to be taking the sniper rifle for 27 points and half an SWC. Now you'd be like, oh, it's just a regular sniper rifle. Yeah, but it's got marksmanship. No opponent is benefiting from cover with me shooting, which makes I have higher dice to win the roll-off. Higher numbers on the roll-off. And we're going to go back to our Ghulams. And we're going to grab just a regular rifle light shotgun to help hide our lieutenant. And then we're going to grab the Doctor +3. So that's doctoring up on a 17 because Ghulams have Whip 14 standard, which is awesome. All right, so we have our core fire team here. I want to spare just in case Zayadin does get hit off the board. He gets an unlucky roll. It's happened to all of us. Unlucky rolls happen all the time. I want something so I can still have a pure 5-man link team, and the pure link team can still roll out and do things with the heavy machine gun. So we are going to go grab the Nafatoons. And we need a good template weapon to go with this. Yeah, we got light shotguns and stuff, but light shotguns cannot intuitive attack. So I'm going to bring a Nafatoon so I can intuitive attack with their Whip 14. And we're just going to bring we're going to bring rifle, heavy flamethrower for 13 points. So we have a full 5-man link team and a spare. Now we're going to move on, and I want a Harris. And I love the Catawige, so we're going to make a Catawige Harris. But I want to bring the Catawige, and that is Tariq the Mansouri. There you go, Tariq the Mansouri, the Catawige. It looks same deal as the regular Catawige. I just missed him. Tariq the Mansouri is disgusting. He has heavy infantry stats being regular light infantry. It's nutty. It's fun to play with. Tariq Mansouri is amazing. With his crit immunity, his shock immunity, he's got stealth, he's got super jump, he's religious, natural born warrior with martial arts level 1, BS attack +2 damage. Can't talk enough about how awesome of a model Tariq Mansouri is. And we're going to grab this 53-point, the Spitfire, Nanopulsar, and Grenades, 53 points, 1.5 SWC. Now we're going to go to our regular Catawige. With their BS attack +1 damage, their bio immunity, so armor is always 3. Dodge +1 inch, they still got the natural born warrior, super jump, terrain desert, religious. Amazing. Catawige are fantastic. We're going to grab, because we've got a good point man with Tariq, because Tariq is BS 13. Regular Catawige are also BS 13. We're going to go with the heavy rocket launcher so we can have a little bit more distance and a good template weapon to be put on ARO. And we need a specialist to go with this, so I'm just going to bring the Forward Observer with his rifle, light shotgun, grenades, and flash pulse. Now, I need something else. I've got 9 orders here. I need something else. I'm going to bring, just because the core link team and the spare are going to kind of sit back first turn, really, and like pick off things that they need to pick off. Tariq is going to go first with his Harris, but I want something else to go with these guys. Like I said in the intro, these guys are, Rama Task Force is a wrecking ball. They've got lots of options, a lot of attack pieces, so let's use them. And a really good attack piece for these guys is the Rafiq remotes. What's awesome, now these might look familiar for everybody else, is these are your Forward Observer remotes. Regular forward, like they're one step up from your basic flash pods, but they do so much more with a deactivator, triangulated fire, forward observer. What's awesome about the Rafiq is most of the time for the Rafiqs, they have a Fireteam option, FTO, and they bring a Red Fury, which is amazing to have a high burst weapon on all of that, having repeater already on board. I love Rafiq remotes. We are definitely going to bring the Red Fury. I'm going to just put him right there. And there's a good first 10 orders. The Rafiq can roll out and the Harris can roll out if need be. Now, we need to move on to our second list. Now we're already at 246 points. And 5 SWC. We don't have a whole lot of room left, but we need to help the Rafiq out so he can do the most damage as humanly possible. So we are going to end up bringing the Camille remotes, which are your Evo Hacker. We are definitely bringing the Evo Hacker. That way you can just set up marksmanship on the Rafiq and forget about him. Never have to worry about him. He's an order monkey from there. Now we're at 261. The best place that you're going to get really cheap orders in Rama is the Fanus, because the Fanus are your basic flash pulse, but that's the defense. I have been stopped so many times because I just get constantly flash pulsed all day long, and it's just another ARO. It's always there. With mimetism, you're usually going to have these guys in cover. They got the Whip 13 as per usual for these remotes, but it's just the constant state of flash pulse, and one unlucky roll will just ruin any attack that the opponent is going to have. Fanuses are great, and they're only 7 points, and you can bring 3 of them. We are bringing all 3. Now, we're at 282, but we need something in here. We need another attack piece to go in here. So we are going to get Carmen John's Mercenary Biker. Carmen John's and Batard are wonderful missiles to just roll out and beat you in the face with. Love these guys. And they're only 17 points. Chain rifle +1 burst, smoke grenades, and Batard. And Batard has Sensor. Sensor is wonderful. There you go. So now you've got 5 full orders, 6 if you use the Impetuous for Carmen Johns and Batard to roll out and just be a missile and wreck people in the face. You still got Tariq and the Kataweej. You got the Rafiq remote with their marksmanship and hitting you with a Red Fury. And you still got that pure 5-man link team. Even if the sniper was to go down in ARO, you still can take that extra command token that you're getting from your Gulam LT and just use it on your core fire team, and it's really not like you've lost anything, really. And the heavy machine gun can go and move out and do great work. But that is the first list. So we're going to move us right along. And let's see, we need to go back to Rama Task Force. And now we're going to go a little bit different here, and we're not going to go with that pure link team. We want all the options, because Rama's really good at pressing buttons and really good with all of their mixed fire teams. They have great fire team options with all of this. So we are going to bring Yara, and we're going to bring that lieutenant option, still Whip 14, multi-spectral visor level 2, bioimmunity. immunity to shock, and she's religious. We're going to bring that LT option for 25 points. AP Marksman Rifle with multi MSV2, nothing to sneeze at, boys. I'm telling you what. Now we're going to go, we need a big hit piece. So let's go get our Janissaries. Regular old Janissaries. But Janissaries are gross. They don't have a cube. However, they still got Whip 14, they got Fizz 14, BS 14, 4 armor, 6 BTS, and immunity to shock, dodge an inch. Janissaries are disgusting to try to take down. And they're really hard to fight against. So we're definitely going to be bringing Janissaries. Now we're going to go get Wild Bill, because Wild Bill. And we're going to start off with the contender. If we can move up to the rifle, we can, because you usually want to bring the rifle. The contender is not that great of a weapon. Rifle is not either. However, with a BS attack plus 1 damage, now that turns into a damage 14 rifle. And it's a shock rifle. Damage 14, shock rifle. With marksmanship. Contender's not great. Rifle is not, but a rifle with these special skills make the rifle much, you want it more. And it's only 3 extra points. But if we have 3 extra points, we will move up. If not, we will take the contender. Now, we need something to help protect the Janissary, because Janissary can be hacked, see? So we're going to go get our hacker, and we're going to go get Leela Sharif, who is a hacker with a killer hacker device. Not a whole lot, but it will help protect your Janissary. And I like Leela anyway. Whip 14, hacker with BTS 3, EM mines, D charges, breaker pistol, shock marksman rifle. Great toolbox unit. Fantastic toolbox unit. You're always like, Layla is something you're always going to want to consider, just the amount of things that she can bring to the table. And we need a doctor, so let's go get our best doctor, which is medical specialist Rahman Rohani. Medkit, courage, doctor plus 3. That's doctoring on an 18. That's gross. I don't care who you are. That's gross. Rouhani. And that's 2 great specialists that you have in this 5-man link team. All right, we need a little bit of defense here, because this is all offense. This core is going to want to move up the field and be that wrecking ball that I was talking about. And so our defense is usually in the form of our Fanuses. We're going to start out, we're going to put 2 here. And I need a Harris, so let's go with Mukhtars, because Mukhtars are also very, very good. Mukhtar, active response unit. Mukhtar are also super gross with their 4 deployment plus 4 inches, so they can already start way up the field compared to the rest of your army. Immunity shock, mimetism -3, no wound in cap, and they have the Red Fury MSV2 nanopulsar plus 1 burst, which is going to be 3 nanopulsars in this link team on active turn for 1 SWC, 36 points. The Mukhtar MSV2 Red Fury gets so much work done. It's ridiculous. All right, so we need, I'm going to bring the viral rifle, because bring the viral rifle. Why would you not want to bring the viral rifle? It's really awesome. And we need a specialist here, so we're going to just bring our FO, because Whip 14 is a thing. FOs are never a bad option. Any kind of specialist is never a bad option. Rama is, and Hawk Islam in general, great button pressers, great specialists. They are really good at completing the mission. All right, well, there's your 10 orders for that. What are we going to do here? We still, if Janissary, the hacker does help. The hacker does help. Leela does help Janissary. I want a little bit more protection, though. So I'm going to bring a Najaroon engineer, and he's going to bring a Nazmat to help him out. And we're going to grab our another Fanus because we can bring 3. Why would you not want to bring 3? And I want a little bit more defense because Mukhtar is going to roll out and your whole core is going to roll out. So I want a little bit more defense than just the Fanuses. Something with a little bit more substance to it. So we're going to bring the Shihab remotes, which are your 360 visor total reaction bots. Heavy machine gun. We want to help these guys out, so we're going to be bringing the Camille remotes with the Evo Hacker. And that's 4 SWC, 300 points. You're not doing a whole lot in this second group, but you got plenty of orders for the engineer to go and do things if he needs to. And you've got, if the Shihab needs to move, because the Shihab is 6'4" movement, so he can easily get into a much better position and just blow things away with that heavy machine gun with marksmanship. Really, really nice. But so that is the second list that we're bringing. Now we got one more list to bring. And we got to bring a tag list. We have to bring a tag list because I do a tag list every single time. And we got to talk about my favorite. If I'm going to bring a tag list, this is absolutely my favorite tag, and that is the Magariba Guard. And Magariba Guard are disgustingly good. They are very expensive, but you get a whole lot for them. They got baggage, which is wonderful for scoring purposes if you happen to be running that, because baggage in some missions do score you more points. ECM guided -6, as they all should. ECM hacker -3, and a 360 visor. BS attack +1 damage, as all good tech should. Tactical awareness, as they all should. Dodge is on a 10, and Gizmo Kit's on an 11. We are going to be bringing the 85-point one, with its multi-heavy machine gun, heavy flamethrower +1 burst, and the mine dispenser. And with that baggage, that mine dispenser is got the special rule double shot. So you're shooting out 2 mines at the same time, spin an entire order, and refill up on those mines. Wonderful. And you can't bring a tag without an engineer, so we're going to bring the Nazarene engineer and a Nazmat to help him out. Now we need our core fire team, and we're going back to our ghoulies, and we're bringing the normal lieutenant this time around, not the +1 command token. Let's go grab our Zayden, because Zayden. And we're going to bring our heavy machine gun again, go back to our ghoulies, and we're going to grab the missile launcher. Missile launcher, let's go grab the Gulam number 2 and a Gulam Doctor +3. Now, this core here, the missile, they'd be like, oh, the missile launcher is only BS11. Yeah, but you're forgetting it's full fire team here, and with the numbers crunch, now it's on a 14, so now you're in a much better position, and you only need to get lucky once. Usually something gets hit with a missile launcher, it's going down or at least losing 1 wound. He's going to get the job done, and then you can roll out with a 4-man or even a 3-man, run it with a Harris, run the heavy machine gun, bring the number 2, bring the doctor, and roll out with that. Leave the LT behind. Missile launcher's already down. You've got a very impactful Harris to move out with. All right. We need to bring out... Now, their midfield specialists that Rama does have are really good, and they're very expensive. They're very good and very expensive. So what we're going to bring a Marabid Tareg, and we're going to bring the Hacker, because that's a specialist. These have surprise attack -3, camouflage, hidden deployment, infiltration, mimetism -6. Great stuff here. Great stuff. And whip 15 on that hacker, wonderful. Yeah, he doesn't have BTS, but you're going to get surprise attack anyway. It's going to be great. Don't worry about it too much. And we're going to go grab a Nahab, because Nahabs are gross, and I love them. The Nahab Era Mobile team are disgusting, and I love them. Martial Arts level 2, Berserk +3, Courage, Dodge +2 inches, Natural Born Warrior, crit immunity, shock immunity, stealth, no wound in cap, terrain total, and frenzy. We are going to bring the hacker infiltration option. Yes, they do have some parachutist options, and then they have the infiltration options. We are bringing the infiltration options, and we are going to bring the hacker with his killer hacking device. So with the infiltration, yeah, he does start in the midfield. He doesn't have any type of mimetism per se, but you really don't hide him in a really good spot if you're playing him correctly and hide him in a good spot and making the opponent come out to get you. They're going down. Whatever's coming after you is most likely going to die because they don't want to deal with this. And the Hobbs are very, very good. Very, very scary. And we got 9 and 1, so we got 9 orders here. And we're going to go back to Carmen Johns because we want all the attack pieces that we can possibly get our hands on. So that's all of group 1. And for the second option, we go back for, group 2. We go back to our Fanuses. Grab 3 of those, and we got 3 left. So we just grab the War Core 360 visor, never 6 cents. And we just got 4 things right there in the second pool to just flash absolutely everything. Carmen's going to do well. Nahab, Tariq, that pure core fire team, and Maggie. The Magariba Guard is so good, so much fun to play with. You got to try these guys out. Rama can be very rewarding army to play with. So give these guys a try. Guys, let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you next time.